This video is intended to show the user how to create an assembly. We will go over how to create the assembly item, how to add to the bill of materials, and then to build the assembly. The first step is to create the assembly item, so let's do that by adding an item. Just as when we create any other item, we need to give this item a unique name. The description is an optional field, but if you decide to use it, make sure you use a unique description name. Now we must choose what type the item is, so choose Assembly. In this example, this assembly is a product I sell, so I will place a sales price. You may choose to have serial number and lot numbers tracked, but for this example I will not. Just as with any other item, you must choose the proper accounts to be associated with that item. There are other optional fields that can be filled in. To find out more about these fields, please view the Add Item video. As this assembly item is something I build and not purchase, I will not add a purchase cost. Again, please view the Add Item video to find out more about these other optional fields. Once you have entered all the data you wish to enter, you're ready to save your item. Now that the assembly has been added to our item list, it's time to build the components. Again, let's add an item. We'll go through the same process of filling out all of the data fields. The components to our assembly can be inventory, service, expense, other, or even another assembly. I will choose inventory. Because this assembly component is not an item I sell, I will not enter a sales price. This item, however, is something that I purchase, so I will enter a purchase cost. The costs of your components will make up the cost basis of your assembly after you have completed the build. For this component item, I will show that I have 10 in stock as of the current date. After filling in any other optional fields, it's time to save. Now we will build one more component item in the same manner. Because the component items are items in the bill of materials, make sure the manufacturing forms checkmark is checked. Now we can view the item list and see that our assembly item, as well as the components to the assembly item, have been added to the list. Now we will go to the assembly item, click on the down arrow, and choose Edit Bill of Materials. From this screen, we will choose the component items. You must also choose the quantity of the component that will go into the assembly. If you go to add a component and can't find it in the list, go back to your item list and make sure the manufacturing forms is checked for that item. Clicking Save will bring us back to our item list. Now that we have added our components to the bill of materials of our assembly, it's time to actually build the assembly. To do this, we click on our Add button and go to Build under the Production section. From the Edit Build Transaction screen, there are many fields to fill in. Let's start by picking the assembly that we wish to build. Next, we will choose how many assemblies are to be built in this transaction. When you click on the Retrieve Components button, the components will be automatically populated in the list below. Notice how it tells me how many I have on hand and how many I need for the build. Because this assembly is an item that I will sell, I'm going to choose the work center, Finished Goods. Choosing any other work center would indicate that this assembly is work in progress and it would not be available for sale. Once you click Save, the screen will go to the build list and you will be able to see the transaction. Now let's go back to our item list to see what our inventory looks like. You will notice that now that we have completed the build, the inventory of the assembly has increased while the inventory of the components have decreased. Before we end this video, let's take a look at another feature the SOS Inventory can do: auto building assemblies. This feature must be turned on in the Inventory Settings page. When selected, SOS Inventory will automatically build the assembly when a shipment for the assembly is created. To see it work, let's add a shipment. Go to your Add button and choose Shipment under Fulfillment. First, we'll select a customer. Next, we'll provide a reference number for the shipment. And then we'll go down to the Items area and add the items we wish to ship. And then we'll add the quantity we wish to ship. To complete the shipment, we'll simply press Save. Once saved, the screen will return to the View Shipment page. So let's go to our item list to see how our inventory was affected. Looking at our item list, we can see the assembly item that we previously built is still in stock, while our inventory of the component items has gone down from the shipment we created and its associated auto build.